Today we're taking a look at the 2025 Prime Form 30. Welcome back to Mike's Archery, and today we have got the brand new mid-year introduction from Prime. They have shrunk down their form to a 30-inch model with the new Form 30. So as we take a look at the specs on this bow, it is coming in with a speed of 331 feet per second, but that is at 29.5 inches. And as we get into the specs on this bow a little further, you're going to see why that's as far as it goes on the longest draw length. Now, as far as the axle to axle, obviously 30 inches with an overall cam to cam length of 35 1/16. Now, the brace height on this bow is coming in at 6 1/4 inches, and the advertised weight is at 4 pounds from the factory. We threw it on the scales, got 4.6. Pulled the limb dampeners out of it, got it down to 4.2, so it's relatively close, but just a fudge over advertised spec weight. Now, as far as the draw length option on this cam, you're going to be able to hit 25.5 on the short end of things, and it is going to top out at 29.5. So if you've got that longer draw length, needing 30 inches or beyond, this is not going to be the bow for you. You need to step up to the regular form, which I believe is only going to get you to 30.5 with it. Now, as far as the draw weight options, it is available all the way from 40 out to 80 pounds with a 65-pound option in there. So pretty much fitting everybody and giving you tons of options there for your proper weight. The let off on the cams is going to be adjustable from 75 to 85% let off, and that is done with the cable stops. Just adjusting those comes with the bow. Now, as far as looking at the features of this bow, it's relatively similar to the form, the original form. It's just a little bit shorter. And so you've got that advanced structure technology, making it a much stiffer bow, putting those carbon rods in the center of the riser and connecting into that aluminum frame top and bottom. From there, they kept the same cam system with that core cam, and that is giving you just perfect knock travel, of course, more efficiency and smoothness through that draw cycle, which is exactly what we've seen out of Prime for the last several years. Now, it is draw specific on those mods, so every half inch you're going to have the ability to swap out that mod, and that is just giving you maximum efficiency at every single draw length. Now, you get the same tunability in this new Form 30, and it has got those bushings in between there that are C-clamped, so you just loosen the axles, pop those out, swap them around, move them around however you need to get that perfect tear, which is a pretty nice system for being able to tune this bow without too much hassle and putting it in a press a little bit, but not necessarily needing it every time. Now, obviously, they built in all the integrated stuff that they've had for the last several years. You've got your integrated rest mount to go with that dovetail. You've got your pick mount built into the aluminum part of the front of the riser. They've got that nano grip technology that they've had for several years with Prime. Of course, all your standard bushings for front and back stabilizer mounts, a static roller guard, string stops, limb dampeners, all the things you would expect to get on a top line bow. Now, as you look at the color options from Prime, they have always had a large color palette, and this is no different. You can get this riser in several solid colors, whether it be black, that deep red, a midnight blue, morel, recon gray, or that ridge rock. And then you can do an all mossy oak bottomland. So you can do a bottomland riser with bottomland limbs, and you can also swap out and get the limb options in most every color they offer. That includes a lot of camos like Osseo Raptor, First Light Spectre, Subalpine, the King's XK7, Realtree APX, and then a ton of solid colors as well with your black, as well as Morel, that Morel Scar, your Recon Gray, Rock Ridge, and the Rock Ridge Scar. So a lot of mixing and matching there you can do on the colors just to make a custom bow that fits your style. Now, as far as price point, since this is kind of a hybrid half aluminum, half carbon bow, we're not seeing the prices as high as a full carbon bow, but also not as cheap as an aluminum bow. This bow is going to come into you at $15.95, but there's a lot of tech and a lot of change that Prime has put into this bow that makes for a great value at $15.95 compared to a lot of the competition. So from here, we're going to step back to the lane and shoot this bow over the chronograph, give you a full breakdown from 350 grain out to a 500 grain arrow, as well as noise ratings. And as usual, we're going to shoot this bow on 70 pounds, 29-inch draw length, and 85% let off. So we have stepped back here to the lane, and we have got the new Form 30 to shoot over the chronograph. As usual, we're going to shoot this bow at several weights, 70 pounds, 29-inch draw length, 85% let off, and just kind of see what kind of numbers it puts up We are going to start with that 350 grain arrow to give you a basis till we get to 500 here. So with a 350 grain arrow, we got 317. With a 400 grain arrow, we've got 300 feet per second even. Then as we go to the 450 grain arrow, we've got 280 on that one. And then lastly, we have got our 500 grain arrow here for you guys that like to shoot heavy arrows. So that one's coming in at 270. So some pretty nice speeds, coming in a little shy of maybe advertised speed, but overall a great feel and plenty of speed there for anything you want to do. Now as far as the decibel reading on it, we've got just shy of 94 at 93.9. Fairly quiet bow. For a hunting bow, pretty much what we expect out of most any of them. So 94 decibels, 93.9, like I said, is where that's at. Now as far as draw cycle, we did pull out the original form so that we could compare. We shot it a little bit side by side. Just from our opinion as far as feel, it's pretty much the same. So even though you've got a shorter axle-to-axle bow, the draw cycle rolling over, it stacks up a little bit there toward the middle of things and then drops off not too terribly bad into that back wall. And as with Prime, solid, rock solid back wall. They always sit stable in your hand, balance really well. So the Form 30 compared to the regular form, as far as feel, hand shock, everything, pretty much identical. So if you're just wanting a shorter bow and you fit in that draw length option that they give in this Form 30, or if you want a longer bow, the feel is going to be relatively the same. And then you can kind of see how much shorter the Form 30 is than the original form there. So overall, I think that Prime has got a great bow here with the new Form 30. They just shortened up those carbon rods, used the same cam system, got a great feel, great speeds. If you enjoyed a Prime in the past, this new Form 30 is going to be everything you expect and everything you want. It's going to sit and hold and shoot like a dream. So if you're looking for some of these new Prime bows for 2025, grab a Form 30 here at Mike's Archery, stop in the shop. We'll let you shoot them anytime you want.